Hi, great to see you again. My name is Matt Etherington. I was the grateful recipient of the St. Luke's Healthy Community Award in 2019. I've been asked to say a few words on some of the challenges we've all been facing dealing with working from home. You may have noticed that things are certainly not normal, and right now you're trying to work in a crisis. And to me, that makes you an emergency worker. And it helps to think in these terms. For those who are parents, every day is Bring Your Child to Work Day. You're dealing with clients who are scared, frustrated, worried about the future, or even grieving, and you might feel responsible for taking care of these people. And whatever your situation, you're doing an amazing job. So please be kind to yourself and try not to judge yourself too harshly. I'll turn to some key areas for work in the current crisis: motivation, health, switching off from work, and positive psychology. Now, motivation. Recognize that your environment is going to make working difficult, and it's not your fault if you're struggling with it. Many people are struggling to stay on task and finding it hard to grapple with that. After all, distraction is so close by. Try to use your team as accountability. Set yourself specific, achievable tasks for each half of the day, and then check in with your team at lunch and close of business. You'd be surprised how effective doing this every day will be. Use these check-ins as time to debrief. Talk about how you're feeling and know that however you are feeling, that's okay. There is no right way to feel right now. And the key is to celebrate progress, both your progress and members of your team. Try to understand and keep track of, writing or otherwise, what distracts you. Try to make it harder to give in to those distractions. Know that your team cares about you, not just you as a worker. Critical at this time is connection, and there are so many ways to keep connected. The key is to focus on fun. Host a virtual quiz night, have a fancy dress call, watch shows together, have a chat about something you find thought-provoking. Just make it consistent and try to do it every week. Health. Now, we know that health is a state of self-care practices, an active thing that you do, not just a state of being. And this is a great opportunity to learn what you need that you normally can take for granted. And in doing this, it's about balance between achievement, enjoyment, connection, activity, and growth. Think about each of these and work a balance of them into your days and into your weeks. Take well-being breaks, preferably outside. Take a walk, meditate, do some yoga, play with a pet, drink some water, have a healthy snack. Fill your day with moments of things that make you happy, whether it be music, food, calling a friend, whatever it means to you. Do your best to keep a good diet and regularly exercise. And the key is that consistency. Forgive yourself if you trip up with the diet, not with the exercise. Sleep routine and quality is critical as well. Look up sleep hygiene and think about what you can improve. And core to health is safety. You want to create a sense for each other that each person in the team, their safety and well-being is what matters. Failure or delay with work is okay, and we're here to help each other. In a crisis, we need to accept that these things will happen. Another crucial area is being able to switch off after work. You want to create a psychological separation between life and work. And to do this, you need to create a definite space for your work. Define when work starts and when it ends, and try to stick to it. Uncomfortable emotions may come up. You may feel like you have to do work or feel bad about not doing it. But looking after yourself is good for your work as well as yourself. Now, how we think about these things is critical, and I challenge you to focus on hope and mindfulness. Positive psychology is good for you and for your work. And we know that focusing on a few things that you're grateful for and why can make a massive difference. And their situation is a form of trauma. We're worried about our livelihood. Our environment is not good for us. Try to use this opportunity to grow and connect. By doing that, you can process it in a healthy way. Learn about yourself, learn about your strengths, learn about how you practice resilience, and then build upon those strengths. Framing things positively gives you power to deal with an emergency situation. Learn from each other as you're doing this. Talk about how you find that process. And the key is to focus on right now when you do it. Focusing on the present gives you a feeling of confidence that you can cope and adjust and recover from an emergency situation. As you're doing this, problem solve together. Focus on what you can do. Be aware of what you can't and try not to focus on it. By focusing on what you can do, you can develop short and medium-term goals to get there. Search out and share positive stories and focus on them, talk about them, and try to fill your days with those positive stories. And those are some simple tips. Feel free to share this video. I encourage you to keep the conversation going with your team. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you, and see you on the other side as things get back to normal.